A little while back, I found a textbook that split people into two groups. It was a communications textbook, and it was talking about mediated communication. And it split people into the two groups. One, there were digital natives, people who had grown up with, say, tablets in their hands, with smartphones by the time they were in, say, middle school, maybe even late elementary school. And then you had your digital immigrants, folks who had to adapt as technology became more and more prevalent in society and in pretty much your day to day life. But I felt odd when I looked at those two groups because I felt that I didn't really fit in either of them. I didn't feel like I did. I was kind of right in between, maybe going a little bit towards the digital native group, considering my age. So I had a little bit of technology growing up, not nearly as much as what folks have now, but I would say I'd put myself in between those. And so when it comes to technology in the classroom, I guess my current feeling is that I'm a little bit intimidated by it because I know enough to be dangerous, but I feel like I should know more because I feel like I'm right in between those groups. So, in an effort to start to try to change that attitude, because I know that uh, implementing technology in the classroom can be obviously a positive thing. I'm going to take that tone with this reflection and have the thesis, I guess, of my reflection be that technology in the classroom is good for two reasons. First, it can serve as a distraction, but in a good way. And second, it can make learning more accessible to a lot of people. First, it can be a bit of a distraction. In my experience, a lot of some of the best learning, some of the deepest learning that you get comes when students don't realize that learning is occurring, if I'm saying that correctly. But if you can, I don't want to say trick them into learning, but get them engaged with something like in a game or like the snake multiple choice thing that we did on the first day of class. Then that's when the real learning hits people, when it really starts to sink in for students. That's what creates those memorable moments. And if you're going to have a constructivist classroom where each moment builds on the other, and you have this cognitive scaffolding going on, then moments like that are going to be important. So if you can use that technology as almost a distraction to fool students into thinking that, oh, we're not learning, we're having fun, that could really work in an educator's favor. I also think that technology can be very beneficial in the classroom because it makes things more accessible to people. First and foremost, here in a hybrid class, I'm delivering this reflection in Burnsville, which is quite a little bit of a drive from where I imagine you're watching it. So right there, it makes it accessible to just your everyday student, but also it can make education more accessible to people who are, for example, disabled. I know that I had a student not too long ago who was deaf, and so that really made me realize in a class that is so focused on the spoken word and so lecture based, it realized that I needed to use technology to my advantage to make sure that she got the same experience that everyone else got. It made me realize the advantages of using things like Moodle, of using things like even something as simple as a PowerPoint, using those technologies as a tool to make sure that everyone has their same experiences. So I do know firsthand that technology can be good. It can be even essential in cases like that. And I'm trying to become more comfortable with it. And this class is really the first step that I'm taking towards that. So here's to a good half a semester. And yeah. See, I don't even make videos very often, so I can't really don't really know how to finish them.